Hello YouTube, this is the one and only Benjo III, and what I have for you guys today is another not so popular episode, and today's episode is featuring the FNFAL. As you can see, I'm using the Reflex sight for this particular class. I'm also using Hardline, Sleight of Hand, and Ninja, but that's just about all I want to talk about my class setup, so let's get into the game. So as you can see, we're playing a little TDM on grid, and this actually is not the best map for the FAL, but it ended up working out for me. So as you can see right now, the gun stats are popping up on the screen, so let's get right into that. The first thing I want you guys to know is that the FAL is a semi-automatic rifle, and basically what that means, every time you want to shoot, you have to pull the trigger. You cannot hold down on the trigger or anything like that, so every time you pull the trigger, that is when the gun is fired. And now, it also does 50 damage, just like the M60 we covered last time. Also, just like the M60, the FAL's damage gets knocked down to 40, right around 35 to 40 meters. And if you end up putting a silencer on there, right around 15 to 20 meters, the damage starts to go down to 40 as well. So if you have a silencer on there, pretty much count on that you're going to need 3 shots to kill people. And just take in that little triple spray, and then I turn on that guy. That was pretty sick. But back on topic. The next thing I wanted to cover is recoil, because the last 2 guns I did in this not so popular series had a lot of recoil. The FAL actually doesn't have a lot of recoil, except at long range you can tell you really have to kind of slow down your shots. But compared to the M14, which is kind of the same idea as the FAL, they do the same damage, they're both semi-automatic rifles. The FAL has quite a bit lower recoil than the M14. And I'll be covering the M14 in a future episode, but basically I had to run grip on it at all times, whereas the FAL, I can use whatever attachment I want. And speaking of attachments, right now you'll be seeing a list of all the attachments that come up. So I'm going to give you guys my personal recommendation on what I would use. Now, first of all, extended mags. You already have 20 bullets in your clip, and it's a semi-automatic rifle. Now, if you really think you need to get that extra 10 bullets in your clip, go for it, I guess. But I think it's quite a waste. Dual mag would be okay if you don't plan on dying. Like I've said before, that's basically like scavenger, it just gives you more ammo. That would be better suited for objective game types, I would say. But next we get on to the actual sights. Now, once again, this is all personal preference. I like the reflex sight, I always have, and I think I always will. And I always like that small crosshair that's blue. I don't know, I use it on pretty much every one of my guns. But after that, that's all a bunch of crap, personally. The Master Key, Flamethrower, Infrared Scope, Suppressor. I mean, I guess you could use a suppressor on it. It only takes it down to 40, so that wouldn't be too bad. But then the Grenade Launcher, I wouldn't use any of that. Maybe a suppressor for certain game types wouldn't be too bad. But that's just about all I wanted to cover for attachments. Now I want to talk about how you should use this gun and when you should use this gun. First of all, how you should use this gun. You should keep as much distance in between you and the enemy as possible. This is basically like a mini sniper rifle. You can shoot it slow from a long distance and it will be very, very accurate. And like I said before, it does 50 damage, 40 at a very long distance, so depending on how far away you are, it might take 2 to 3 bullets. And as far as the maps go that you should use this on, you should use it on longer, wide open maps, and the reason for that is because you kind of want to sit back. You kind of got to play defensively with this gun, because you're not going to win too many close quarter battles if you have to hip fire. So the maps that are coming to mind would be Jungle and Array, because both of those you can get long distance of sight and they're kind of wide open. So that's pretty much all I wanted to say about that, as I get killed by another Valkyrie missile. I always get killed by Valkyrie missiles. Those in RC cars always go for me. I don't get it. But let's go into my final verdict, and I would give this 2 thumbsticks up. It's a really good gun, but it doesn't fit my playstyle. But I'm not gonna say that it's not a good gun because it doesn't fit my playstyle. Personally, I like to run a gun or kind of push into spawns and stuff like that. But this is a good gun. I mean, it's very accurate. It does a lot of damage, which is what you want in a gun. And if you have good accuracy and you don't need to spray around, I think you guys should definitely try this. And another thing I wanted to cover real quick is that this was not a monster game. This was a good game, don't get me wrong. But I did not get a ton of kills, and that is because you guys wanted to see more gun kills rather than, you know, my air support or dog kills. Now, I did have dogs in this particular game, but they only got me 3 kills, so I got 20 kills with my FAL. And I think that's pretty good. I think it gave you guys a good showing and understanding how to use this gun or how I would use it. And also, don't forget to let me know what guns you guys would like to see in the future. I have some ideas on what I'm going to do, but don't forget to let me know. I'm interested in seeing what you guys want to see in particular. But I ended up getting the final kill, I think, coming up right here. And the final score was 23-2, with one of my deaths being from that damn Valkyrie missile. Other than that, guys, I really hope you enjoyed it, and thanks a lot for watching.